Hello and welcome to an episode of Daily Market Mastery with me, Christian Rauchenwald, on this mediocre Thursday afternoon. I hope you all had a great week so far. As always, before we jump into the markets and my portfolio, let's get the usual disclaimer out of the way first. Everything that I share in this live stream / video is my personal opinion and in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions, and make your own decisions. Besides that, all the tools that I'm using, so the broker, the charting software, the strategy I'm following, and so on, are all linked in the video description down below. And the one thing you truly should do, or I truly recommend, is go and check out the Elliott Wave Principle. You can read this wonderful book for free, as said, when you use the link in the description down below, and you can use that same link to get yourself a physical copy as well. With that said, I'm going to switch here. And we'll see we have a slightly break-even, slightly positive start into the trading day. I'm gonna hide the message. Hi, Jerry. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining, or welcome to the team. So as you will notice, the trading streams have next to no audience at the moment, so there's not much you can do wrong. It's gonna be a learning experience. One of the biggest aspects of your task will at some point be, I have to log in 1 second. Will at some point be there we go. Yeah, to keep track of different predictions. We have a sheet on Dropbox for that. It's outdated right now at the moment, and there might be better ways to do it, but as I said, one of your tasks will be basically based on whichever forecasts I'm sharing, to make sure that the sheet is then updated accordingly. But as I said, right now, don't worry about that. So yeah, we'll have a slow start. Anyway, so as far as our portfolio goes, everything is unchanged. Our biggest position is still the 600 shares of GameStop that I'm holding right now, against which we have 6 covered calls sold. And therefore, all our other positions are not that relevant, to be honest. They're in comparison much smaller. And therefore, what matters the most to us is the development of GameStop, where, as said, we already reached the target area. Theoretically, this could be now the end of our correction. So theoretically, it's possible that this is already the end of the correction. However, I would not be surprised if we still get to see, although there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's possible actually that we already finished our correction here. But the other option is, as I said, that we are in the target area here for a potential third wave of a 3-wave corrective move, which means I would not be surprised if we also hit the 78.6 retracement. We'll have to wait and see how today goes in the next couple of days. Either way, long term, I'm still bullish. So long term, I still expect that from here, then we see our 5th wave and go further up. Also, right now, Jerry, the trading streams are going to be a little bit shorter because I also have a few technical issues that prevent me from reviewing a lot of things. I'm working with support of Motive Wave to get that sorted out. Yeah, so Barnes & Noble Education Inc., as we can see nothing because the chart's not loading. As said, working with Motive Wave to get this sorted out. I have to say the support is very, very responsive, and it's mostly lacking on me having the time to provide them with everything they need to debug the issue. Immersion unchanged. We're waiting for a further decline, so we want to see this push further down here. That basically goes at least to the 50% retracement, potentially to the 61.8% retracement. And from there, then we should get our next upwards wave, unless I happen to be wrong. Costs unchanged. We're waiting for a pattern to develop because it's hard to make sense of this entire block here. And NEO seems to move up a little bit further. Yeah, we would expect, if this is indeed now the end of the correction and this is our next wave 1, 2, that this move here actually takes us to 528 or in the area of 528, 542, so the 261.8 extension, which obviously would take a couple of days to play out. If that happens, we finally have the confirmation that we've been waiting very long for, and should then see further upside over the next couple of months in NEO as well. Outside of that, Bitcoin, as prophesized, yeah, as I shared the last couple of weeks, I think already, or maybe not weeks, but at least since that area here, that we potentially will hit the 38.2 retracement at 82,600. It's possible that if we look for this 3-wave move here, we can see that the target areas for wave that we actually have our 100% target almost perfectly overlapping with the 38.2. However, we have to consider that while not always, we also have the 161.8 expansion level. So it's possible that there is another push a little bit further, depends on different factors. But in the usual scenario, we actually expect the correction to end here and now to develop our next upwards wave 5 in this case. So in this case, wave 4 potentially terminates here, which then means if our labeling is correct, we would from here on out now expect Bitcoin to slowly make its way into the area of 129,181 to 170,940. Again, this is if the correction finished here, which we don't have a confirmation for yet, but visually it fits the bill in quotes to say that from here on, or it fits the bill in terms that wave A and wave C are almost identical in price. So it would be a almost perfect free wave corrective move. And again, I would not be surprised if from here we now resume our journey upwards. Algorand, we are potentially done with the correction almost at the 61.8 retracement. We'll have to wait a couple of days to see if we'll get another push a little lower to at least pierce the retracement level for now a little bit. Or if that's already it, then from here we develop our fifth wave. H&T, yeah, I said, ideally we would get another push a little lower before we go further up. Dorje, we have to at some point, how low did we get here? Here we went 26 cents and here 25.97, yeah. I'm not happy with the pattern here. We'll have to relabel this mess at some point. XRP should have said move sideways for an ABC that takes us out of, or a corrective wave that takes us out of here. But there is still another wave missing in my opinion. So there is more upside. However, it's possible to first see a retracement to the 38.2 retracement level, which we can see would be around a 30% decline before we have this correction finished. And XYO, we have to wait a little bit, but it's possible that we hear actually there should be a little bit push further down because we haven't hit our minimum target, barely missed it. So minimum target at 1.249 cents, and the low here was 1.264. So technically there should be another push that takes us a little lower, maybe touch the median of the base channel before we then get to see our next wave up. With that, we can, where do we look next? We're mostly through the things that I care about, and everything else we don't have charts loading. SMCI is going to be interesting to follow. I said I believe it's not a bad time to short it. I believe that either this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get wave 5 down, or this is wave A, wave B, and we get wave C down. Either way, I believe the stock is hugely overvalued and should trade at around $5 before they eventually go broke. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents here. And with that, we can quickly check if today would be the day to roll our existing calls, which are March 28, $37 call options. So if we were to buy them back and instead roll them out for a week to April 4th, then yeah, we don't get a clear rate here because we don't have volume or open interest on our original calls. So for the future, we're going to try. So we potentially will wait for the current calls to expire. But for the future, we're going to try to stick to more popular price levels like 35, 40, 20, 25, and so on. Yeah. If we roll it to April 11th, which would put it at 43 days till expiration. Oh, there is no 37 strike price at 11. Okay, there's only 35. Okay, that would be a bummer. And we don't get any quote here. So yeah, so we'll keep our call options the way they are. And basically, potentially, we'll just wait the 4 weeks for those calls to expire worthless. So we pocket the $600 in premium in total. And then we probably will switch again or transition again to weekly options. As far as GameStop goes, it's a little tricky right now because I said it's possible that this is indeed already the end of the correction. Wave C made a new low. It hit the minimum target area. So It's possible that from here we see further upside, which means it makes no sense whatsoever to roll our current $37 calls further down, which might allow us to roll them also back in time so that we don't have to wait 4 weeks for expiration. But it would also mean that if wave 4 is already done, that we would risk getting our shares called away. So we rather just hold and basically wait for expiration. Although it also means that the streams until that happens, so for the next 4 weeks, will still be a little boring. On one hand, because I don't have any free cash in the portfolio to make any moves, so I act on whatever I discover. And on the other hand, because obviously I still have to find a resolution to the current charting issue that we have. Either way, I think that's then going to be it for today. I know it's a short stream for those many reasons. Yeah, I hope you were still able to take something away from today's episode. If so, don't forget, give it a thumbs up. So like, subscribe, enable notifications. I wish you a pleasant rest of the day. And with that, I'm going to we're going to see each other tomorrow for another episode of Daily Market Mastery. Till then, bye-bye.